With the overnight riot in Atlanta, it erupted outside a police
All right,
training facility.
so there's more updates on Cop City. There's more updates on Cop City. Piglets were attacked in a way that is in an unimaginable way. Who's person just spamming the chat? What's up, Kitsune?
With explosives and Molotov cocktails
Guys,
thrown
look
at
at
officers.
This is anarchists at their best, by the way. I mean, straight up. Anarchists doing their thing. Anarchists at their fucking best. No memes, no jokes. Just no showers, no masters, no gods, and no cops, really.
Steve Hasanabi is in Atlanta with the latest. Good morning, Steve.
Good morning to you, George. This is the Defend the Atlanta Forest movement, and they have events scheduled all week. They're mostly environmentalists who've been trying to save a wooded area and have argued that the new training center would militarize police. Police in Georgia this morning say they were attacked in a violent protest at the construction site of the new Atlanta Public Safety Training Center. They say protesters who had just left a nearby music festival threw explosives and Molotov cocktails at police officers and set equipment on fire.
This was a very violent attack that occurred this evening.
Guys, so violent. Yeah, meanwhile, the guys that are saying this straight up murdered one of the forest defenders like a month or so ago. So remember, the guys with all the gear and all the weapons and all the fucking lack of accountability to get away with like doing murders, who did do a murder. Yes, R.I.P. Tortuguita. Okay. Those guys are like, oh man, they were so violent. They were so violent. If only we had a fucking Cop City to train against these violent, subversive, militant Antifa. Bro, this was after Music Fest. This is some cyberpunk Johnny Rocker Boy shit. Yeah.
Very violent attack. And this wasn't about a public safety training center. This was about anarchy.
Yeah, totally. Yeah, it's not. Definitely not about the training center that's that the government's spending millions of dollars on so that we can more violently apprehend motherfuckers exactly like them. Yeah, totally. Again, remember, they're the violent ones, not the thumbs.
And this was about the attempt to destabilize.
Authorities say there were more than 100 people.
Isn't better trained police better? Oh my God. Oh my God. Okay, how many times do we have to go through this? Okay, better training for police is not necessarily better training so they are like getting trained in de-escalation tactics. Better training for police just means better murder training, okay? It's the part where, they're getting trained to kill better. They're not getting de-escalation training. They're getting the exact opposite. They're getting escalation training. Understand that, please.
And that this was a coordinated attack on officers and equipment.
During that attack on the officers, pieces of equipment and other items that were at the location for the construction of the Public Safety Training Center were damaged.
Police are seen chasing down people in the woods using stun guns to stop the protesters. Police arrested more than 24. Atlanta's police chief says what happened was not a legitimate protest and that many of those arrested were not from Georgia.
When you throw commercial grade fireworks, when you throw Molotov cocktails, large rocks.
Dude, it's so funny. Dog, you have a pistol. And like, you used it on them. Like, what are you talking about? He's like, oh man, they're throwing rocks at us. It's really fucked up. You don't understand. These are not average size rocks. Okay? These are fairly large rocks. And you know, me and the other piggies, we fucking hate rocks. I mean, rocks are terrifying. IDF roleplay? Oh, 100%. Yeah. Well, they do get IDF training, so maybe they got some IDF PR training too. Like, when you're using less lethal weapons, you're still using weapons that can kill. And you use it regularly. It's so funny. Chatter's being a good cop is how well you manage your morals day to day, not how many people you arrest, not how long you work, not how much you fucking work. I mean, these guys are, you know, they're thumbellinas do what they do best, crying about being a thumb and not being noticed. Yeah, they're going real aggro with it. They're going nutty with it. They're all getting fucking arrested for like domestic terrorism and shit too. They're getting arrested on like the fattest charges you possibly could do.
Your only intent is to harm. And the charges are going to show that tonight when we make the appropriate charges.
This is the latest in a series of clashes with police. In January, a demonstrator was shot to death by a police officer in one of those clashes. But I have to point out that this new...
Ooh, wait. I mean, but they're one of those clashes. That's not how that works. That's not how that works. That's not what happened. That wasn't a violent clash. That person was literally in their fucking tent when they got executed by the cops, who very likely got scared because they heard someone else misfire. Their gun discharged, okay? And they got scared and they started blasting in the direction of a tent. That was an execution. That was not a violent clash. But the media, of course, always has to like, it wasn't even a tent. It was a hammock. That's right. Fuck. Even I'm like, doing the propaganda a little bit. That's ridiculous. That is ridiculous. How are you going to sit here and tell me that these guys need more training to what? Like be more violent? Figure out more violent ways of doing that as the media sits there and covers the story from a one-sided perspective, making it seem like there were violent clashes and the cops ended up having to, discharge a bullet that was lodged inside of one of the violent protesters. Like, come on, shut the fuck up. Can we go back to the Cozy Japan streams, please? Yeah, I mean, yeah, like in Japan, police just give you fucking... They're like tourist guides, you know what I mean? They're like tourism guides. They give you directions and shit. That's what they're dealing with.
New police center was approved by both Republicans, Democrats across the city and state, white, black, and brown. Michael?
All right, thank you so much for that, Steve.
Hi, everyone.
Honestly, surprised the cops didn't go scorched earth. Getting a firework thrown at you is usually their justification for mowing people down. I guess there's more people watching right now on things that are going on. What is this? Yeah, yesterday, law enforcement descended upon a music festival in the Wilanue Forest. 30 plus people were detained, including at least one legal observer from NLG News. 12 people were later released. It was unclear if this included the LO. LOs wore bright green hats to differentiate themselves. Multiple law enforcement agencies descended upon a music festival in the Wilanue Forest. Approximately 30 people were detained, including one legal observer from the National Lawyers Guild. Like, they have hats on. It's like arresting like a press person, which the IDF does all the time, or killing a press person, which the IDF does all the time. It's sick. It's pronounced Weelawney. Oh, sorry. Legal observers at the event wore bright green hats to differentiate them from other concert goers. Oh, it's wonderful stuff. The NLG Atlanta chapter condemns the arrest of our legal observer and all detainees during the March 5th Wheelanee Forest Defender concert and remains in solidarity with the movement to stop Cop City. Released to LO now, said Jennifer Jones, chair of NLG News Mass Defense Committee. Yeah, look at them hogs trying to run, dude. Oh, yeah, we got some concert goers here. Let's get them.